80s ski movies, a long-forgotten genre known for backflips, colorful snowsuits, and lots of boobies. Until recently, I'd never seen an 80s ski movie, but both It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and South Park do ski movie parody episodes, and apparently that was the whole shtick of Hot Tub Time Machine. People were like, it's a throwback to those classic 80s ski movies. And I was like, what classic 80s ski movies? Like, can you name one? So I watched some of these fabled 80s flicks, and I can now confidently say there's a good reason we left this genre in the past. Get ready for back-to-back-to-back ski montages, travel montages, party montages, and really uncomfortable sex scenes. All paired with a soundtrack of non-stop Jupiter 8 keyboard. So bundle up for this special 80s edition of Brissflicks. What up, nerds and nerdettes? I'm Alex Brisson, and you're watching Brissflicks, a show where I watch a movie that anyone would agree is objectively bad, and I cherry-pick the dumbest parts and make jokes about them to make myself seem smart and funny. Like shooting fish in a barrel. There are like a million of these 80s ski movies. Ski Patrol, Copper Mount, The Blizzard of Oz, Snowballing, Out Cold, Aspen Extreme, and many more. But today I'm going to focus on what I have determined to be the quintessential 80s ski movie, Hot Dog the movie. The trailer for every one of these movies features a near identical shot of a woman taking her top off, but it cuts away just before we see anything. You'll have to go rent the movie yourself if you want to see that. There's a finely crafted formula to every ski movie, and that is 40% skiing, 30% sex, 20% partying, and about 10% antics. Each of these movies opens with the exact same shots. Wide shot of a mountain, shot of our hero standing atop a snowy peak, then a quick series of shots of him donning his skis, goggles, and zipping his coat. And then, you guessed it, he skis down the mountain while 80s music blares. And we hear the whole song. They never play just part of a song. If they're using a song, they're using the entire thing. These movies are all desperately trying to pad their runtime, so every scene goes on for about 2 minutes longer than it should. Much like a lot of music did back in the 80s. Yo, how long have we been doing the safety dance for? Hey, shut up and do some more coke, man. If your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. Next, our hero Harkin stops at a gas station where he meets Sunny, who's being thrown out of a car by some guy because she won't give him a blowy.
I ain't going down on a guy. It's 65 miles an hour just for a crummy ride.
We've only had 30 seconds of dialogue in this movie and somebody's already brought up blowjobs. Her name's Sunny, not Windy. Also, this dialogue scene brings new meaning to the word stilted.
Where you heading?
West. How about you?
San Francisco.
Want to ride?
Sure.
Okay.
So Sunny catches a ride with Harkin, who nearly runs over a dog as he pulls out of the gas station. Next, Sunny tells Harkin to shut off his lame-ass country music because it's time for some rock and roll.
Now this I can handle.
And then she looks directly into the camera. And then Harkin finally gets around to asking the hard-hitting questions.
Hey, how old are you?
18 in April.
Oh, Harkin, you're in hot water now. Oh, almost 18. Cool. Hey, look, a seedy motel.
I'm getting a room for the night.
You figure you can get in my pants this way.
You want to spend the night out here in the truck?
Who knew Harkin was such a romantic? Definitely nothing uncomfortable about any of this so far, right guys?
Hey Harkin, got something I can wear to bed? My mother forgot to pack my pajamas.
You know there's only one bed in here.
And I know what you're thinking. You're wondering, Alex, are you absolutely certain this movie isn't just porn? And I promise you it's not. There are plenty of regular movies that feature 3 separate hot tub sex scenes, so Harkin and Sunny agree to occupy opposite sides of the bed, and they lie down to go to sleep. Good night. Oh, don't mind me. I just sleep with my eyes wide open and a crazed stare. So they get up the next day, drive a little more, and then pull into an even seedier motel. See, if this were a smut film, they would have just slept together on the first night. But because this movie is so much more respectable, they waited until the second night. There's literally less than 1 minute of screen time between them leaving the first hotel and arriving at the second.
I don't put out for everyone I pick up.
But when they first arrive, there's nobody to answer the desk because the owner is having sex in a hot tub, of course.
Someone's at the front desk.
Welcome to Fantasy Inn 3 Motel. I'll be providing your sexual harassment for the evening.
And call me if you need anything.
I said room service, not boob service. So they go to their creepy room, which looks like it was decorated by Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. The screenwriter is like, please, for the love of God, just have sex with each other. How many more hints do I have to give you?
Don't stop.
Oh, that feels good.
And Harkin's just snickering like a goon the whole time. I'm so glad that I was able to lure you here. I mean, that a series of happenstance has brought us together like this. Next I go to dinner where they spot the coolest guy on the whole fucking mountain.
Whoa, get a load of him.
World's greatest skier.
Damn sexy, dude.
I love a man in furs. There's only one problem. The world's greatest skier is German.
I think you're the greatest.
So ein stupider Amerikaner.
Hey, Adolf, you Nazi.
Ah, of course, because all Germans are Nazis. How enlightened. Then we meet Dan, who is perpetually finishing a beverage. He's like, that guy's the bad guy, but I'm the good guy. See you later. After dinner, they go straight to a wet t-shirt contest. I watched this scene over and over, dozens of times, to try to come up with a funny joke to make about it. But no matter how many times I watched it, which was a lot, I just couldn't come up with anything good to say about it. I guess I watched this scene 75 times for nothing. In truth, it's a fairly disturbing, seedy scene that leaves you feeling ashamed for having taken part in. That's kind of the underlying vibe of this entire movie. In the next scene, Harkin plays his acoustic guitar and sings a church song, which I think is the movie's way of trying to overcorrect for what it just put us through, but I still haven't forgotten. He plays the song for 3 minutes, and then they have sex for 2 minutes, and then they go skiing for 3 minutes. Have we hit 90 minutes yet? Next, we meet the Rat Pack.
This is Squirrel Murphy. That's Kendo. Oh, and that's Fergie, the motor mouth. And then Banana Pants. Oh, and Slash It.
Kinda get the sense he's making up these nicknames right now. And Banana Pants. I'm sorry, did you just call me Banana Pants? That's right, that's your nickname forever now. I don't think Banana Pants has a line for the rest of the movie. Next, we climb into the ski lift. Oh shit, what a bop! Then Harkin meets Sylvia, and they establish a deep romantic connection.
Harkin Banks, I'd like you to meet Sylvia.
Hi.
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 They're a regular Romeo and Juliet. Then the Rat Pack has another skirmish with Rudy, the rude German.
Stay out of our way. You may ski on that side or on that side, but stay out of the middle here.
I appreciate movies where the bad guy is just drawn as a one-dimensional caricature rather than a well-rounded human being. Rudy does nothing even semi-redeeming at any point in this film. He's just a dick the entire time.
Pleasure, pleasure.
Alley, tuck, tuck, triple.
Just throwing a triple.
Alley, tuck, triple.
According to the guy that recommended this film to me, this next part is the best part of the entire movie. And it is this.
You can kiss my ass. Not on this side, not on that side, but right in the middle.
Yep, that's as good as it gets. Sorry, folks. But now it's time for, you guessed it, another skiing montage. The way this next skiing montage starts off really feels like they're about to bust into a musical number. But instead, it's just another awesome 80s jam that got stuck in my head for like 2 weeks. So they ski for 4 minutes straight this time, and then they go and get a drink. Then the first round of ski results are posted.
There it is.
But a disproportionate amount of less skilled European skiers are qualifying for the next round, while good, hardworking American skiers are being excluded.
Dogger and Fergie skied better than most of the Europeans who went through. That doesn't seem fair.
So like any good Karen, Party Dan goes and complains to the mountain's manager.
You know, I remember when this used to be a sport. We haven't had an American winner in over 5 years.
And now it's party time. And at this party scene, we're treated to some really charming dialogue.
Hi, I'm Squirrel Murphy. I suppose the out of the question, huh?
Wow, can't wait for Squirrel's spin-off movie. Hungry Like the Wolf plays at one point. Apparently that song also exists in whatever universe this movie takes place in. Harkin and Sylvia have some pretty explicit sex, but it's pretty much impossible to get aroused while this Duran Duran song is playing. Then the guys gather around and poison women at the bar.
Legs better.
Now that's a girl I can take advantage of.
Man, the 80s were such a charming time. Harkin and Sylvia have more sex, this time in a jacuzzi, but Sunny walks in on them and is upset or whatever, so she goes down to the sauna and hangs out with Rudy, the rude German.
I'm really not such a bad guy.
The sauna has a very The Boiler Room from Nightmare on Elm Street kind of vibe. At this point, I'm experiencing the very familiar feeling of regretting my choice of movies. I admit, I did not know what I was getting myself into, but It's too late to turn back now.
I had sunny side up, and I had sunny side down, and I had sunny side all the way around.
Ugh. Let's take our mind off all this creepy stuff and hit the slopes. And say what you will about this movie, but you can't say that it doesn't feature enough skiing, because this ballet scene is literally 6 minutes long. But ultimately, Rudy wins the contest. He spun in the most circles. Then, Harkin and Sonny get in a big fight and break up.
And what were you doing in the hot tub with Sylvia?
I didn't know what I was doing.
Tell me about it.
Don't forget your shampoo.
Oh no, not our heroes. They were so perfect together. Next, the Rat Pack gets stoned and faces off with the Germans in a game of broomball, in a scene that was scored by an Atari cartridge. But it devolves into everyone just fist fighting. Typical violent stoner behavior. So then, Harkin and Dave sneak into the Germans' equipment room and sabotage all their gear, which seems to be kind of a theme among these movies. Good guys sabotage bad guys sabotage good guys, dog sabotage a ski instructor. Next, Sunny buys her own pair of skis, but she sucks at skiing, so Sylvia comes and kicks her while she's down.
Get bored with Harkin, send him over later on.
And that's pretty much the last we see of Sunny. She's come a long way from being thrown out of that truck at the beginning to being left on her ass in a snow mound at the end. And now it's time for yet another skiing montage. But this one's a little different. It's in black and white with this weird accordion music. Just kidding, that doesn't happen. This skiing montage is exactly like the first 6, except it's twice as long. I really don't have much to say about the rest of the film, so rather than drag this out, I think the easiest way to sum things up would be through a montage. In the next scene, Squirrel has gross sex on the ski lift floor. And the guys do backflips, then they do backflips some more. Just 3 straight minutes of backflips. Rudy wins the contest, but the Rat Pack disagrees. So they challenge him to go do even more skiing. Skiing montages. I know South Park already did a bit like this. Also, this guy's there. Go, go, Gadget, rocket helmets! But ultimately, Harkin wins, and everyone is stoked. And they live happily ever after. Thank God. I was starting to feel like this movie would never end. I'll give this movie 45 out of 300 backflips. Probably could be enjoyable if you just let the party vibe and the 80s synth soundtrack wash over you and block out some of the creepier sex scenes. As always, be sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you on the slopes. Yeah!